clear now.
Online, am I audible? Online, is my voice is clear? Good. Let's go here. Good morning, everyone. Good. How are you all? In the last few classes, we discussed what is React. We discussed the introduction, how to start our first Hello World program, what are components, what are props, and we started building basic React applications. This course is the most shortest and complete practical course of React. In this course, every day you will get a project. Every day, almost. And every day I will explain one project. I do one and I give one if you observe. That is the pattern till the end. Okay. And this course will complete in just 3 weeks. So just 3 weeks of your time. No more theoretical stuff. No more having it like kind of definitions or much about anything because I don't believe we are in the era of definitions. Everyone have the GPTs now. If you type it, you will get what is component for sure. But practically implementing component might be difficult for you by seeing from the GPT. Practically implementing a complete React application might be not possible for you by seeing it some kind of online code. So that is what we will get it here. Are you all getting my point, ma? Now. So let's have a quick recap what we understand, what we know, and we'll see some kind of websites. Then we'll start with today's topic. Come here. Yesterday I provided the GitHub. Today I will provide it one more time. Today I will show you build also one more time. Now, Till now, what we discussed, I will just show you. Let me save this. Now, what did we build yesterday? Yesterday in React, we discussed a topic called props. What is a prop? Props is a shortcut for props is a shortcut for short form of properties. When you are doing one React component, when you are using one React component from one place to another place, you want different variants. For example, there is a component called button component. You see this logic. I have one button function, button, and you can see here. What is the difference between functions and components? Function starts with small letter. Component starts with capital, like uppercase. Functions may return the value, may not return the value. It's function, Vishnu. Void functions are there, but component must return. And also, functions can return two, three things, na? But component must return only one. And functions returns values. Components return HTML. That is the interesting point, isn't it? Now, and that syntax is called JSX. It has some rules. We discussed it. Imagine I have a function. This function will just return a simple button. Button, click me, button. Now, if you have this component, you are having one button only, na? Now imagine I have another one, app.jsx. That is the main one, if anyone remember. In this app.jsx, I will use something called function app return, and inside this return, people will write it usually div, and here I am writing it here button. Sorry. Now, if you observe it here, I used the button in another place. Import button from button.jsx. Hmm. See this code, how much simple it is. You created one button, sir, in one place. You used that button here. Sir, why not you directly write button only? What if I want 10 buttons? Every time I don't want to write button. I can use component. That is the use of component. What is the main use of component? Reusability. And every component is a chota part. Like logically, you divide it into small parts. Now I will do something more interesting. I'm gonna send here something called button color red. Red. Here I will receive it as props. And if you see here, I'm gonna write it here, style inline CSS I'm using, color props dot color. Anyone guess what color button will become now? Good. Online, are you all getting my point, ma? Now, now see, what color the button will become now? You created one button only, na? Can I put the same button in 10 colors now? Possible, na? One button you created, one component you created, but each component you are getting different variants. To the people who came yesterday, I created one movie one. In that I created it like 8 movies. Different movies I created. If it is a normal HTML, you need to write for everyone div open, div close, div open, div close. Every time you have to do. If anyone done any websites for that projects, they have to do that. React removes that. First, they divide the things into reusable components. Second, they pass the values to it. This values which you are passing, the values which are passed to the component are called props. Props is a object. That is why you are writing props dot, like obj dot name. Same way, you will write props dot value. They will be in a key value pair. Every object will be in a key value pair. Key is color, value is red. Can I give another value? You can. Your wish. Yesterday I gave it like name, IMG link or some, year. I even put a for loop. Okay. I will do it like that for loop one more time. Okay. Online, is it clear, ma? So basically, if anyone asks the definition, props is a object is a object that contains values that are passed to the component in key value pair. Key value pair. Today we are going to discuss same component props only in depth. We will do one more project. Okay. Instead of going to the next topic, we are going to understand this one more better. Any questions you have, a single dot you have, a single letter you have, you can tell me. Is it clear, ma? Because further, slowly, I'm going to increase the projects. The length of the project will increase. Okay. So at that time, I don't want people to confuse. Very basic component, then props. Props when to use component. Without component, how can you pass props? Components are the first one. Do that like you have functions. For that functions, you are passing values na, parameters na. Functions, parameters, same way, components, props. If you have function, you will pass parameter. Your wish when to pass whenever you want. If I don't want, I don't pass, simple. Same way, props. Good. Now let's start. Let's build a simple application. Yesterday I gave task. How many of you done the task, sir? Good. What about online, sir? Online, how many of you done? Good. Some people done. See, the major problem, especially in the learning curve, when people are in student stage, very less people take the responsibility and do. I want one thing, consistency. I'm not asking you to build one day the big castle, but every day, brick by brick. If you miss today's work, I want you to repeat it today and tomorrow's work both in tomorrow. Okay? I don't want you to skip single thing, because after 3 weeks, course will be completed. That doesn't mean that you will get 100% React. No, it depends on how much you practice. First 1 2 weeks will be like whatever I taught, that only will be there. See, this is new topic to you. You don't know state, so I will explain state. Whatever I said, you will listen. Fine. After certain days, na, all topics will be over. It's like the project time where you are doing something. I will tell you what to do. You will do something. At that time, I expect you to ask me doubts. I expect you to bring me something questions. This how to do. Like for example, really how the Amazon works, really how the Netflix works, really how the OTT works, really how the payments works. I want you to bring the questions when we go to the big stage. How does questions comes? When you try, you will get the questions. If you don't try, you will never get the questions. In real time, you will get it. In my company, I developed the payment gateway. I developed the complete site of that. And for that particular one to build it, I will have a lot of questions. For every question, we have to go to the online Google. At the time, GPT is not there, and we have to do so much work. And I recommend people to try it now. Whenever you are want to do something, do it. And whatever the questions you have, ask it. Don't stop your practice. Clear, ma? Good, very good. Online, some people done. Let me see what they have done. Someone did. Oh, good. Okay. Let me open it, each and everything. What about this? Good. I got 3 entries from online. Let me check. Movies download here. Someone said it something. Download the movies. It's looking like my header only, where I have it like home, about us, login. And each one they are having a link for download also. If I click this download here, it's downloading. What it is downloading? It's downloading something HTML file, something simple. Now OG, something movies. Good. Now, sir, here 9 movies are there. Do you think he created 9 movies? Anyone tell me, in this, how many components are there? In this whole website, how many components it can become? Divide the thing into components. 4. 1. Now this all the movies will be in one. Each movie will be one. And last but not least, you have something called footer, and footer will be one. So total in 4 components, the work is done. If you observe in these 4 components, only this middle component, this middle whole, all component is there. This component contains lot of movies. For every movie, it passed values. For every movie, it passed values. It passes values like, the movie link, movie name, movie year, or something kind of one. How to get this things? If you see, there is an extension. Do you guys know extensions? In Google Chrome, if you go Google Chrome, Web Store, there is something called Web Store in Google Chrome. If you go to the web store, in that there is an extension called React Developer Tools. What is the extension name? React Developer Tools. If you do HTML and CSS, if anyone remembered HTML and CSS, people do something called right click, inspect, network, console, and all. Same thing for React applications. If you want to try, you need to have something called React Developer Tools. And in this React Developer Tools, if you go to any website which is developed by React, it will show there. See, this website is using the React. And I can right click, inspect. And when I inspect, I can see here. Can you see here? Components. These components normally you will not get. To get it, you need to have that. Now, if I go here, I can see here the different components. Okay, the each component, and see here header, the footer, and in middle some another component is there. This component is having it so many times it is repeated. And what are the props it is passing? If you see first time, can you see props it is passing? What are the props? Download here, img name, title, year, something, click img name, title, year. So you can able to see which component is passing which props from where to where. You can actually inspect. For our understanding in developer purpose, it will work. Are you getting my point, ma? Same thing, someone did it for sports cars. Look, cars, they are looking good. Perfect. Someone used very good syntax here. This one is like an another level. Is it AI? Let me check. Go on. Good. Finally, someone used AI completely. Why? Why? It is AI, clear AI it is. I don't know who is this now. See, few things, ma. It is important how much good and better you do. It is also important that you should do, not the AI. I can build better things using AI, but that's not the work. People pay you because you can understand it. Okay, just by watching tutorial video is okay. Even I don't recommend that also. How do you know that, sir, if it is created by AI? See, it comes with experience. I have been seeing it from 4 years. Like kind of the early days when ChatGPT came, I'm seeing my juniors using the ChatGPT. Every day, see what will happen is people will give me like in my office, I have some juniors. Those people do the code, I will do PR checking. Every day they do pull request and I have to check the code and then only I will match. Believe me, the moment I say AI, I will reject the code because you can actually understand the code by seeing it, whether it's the by the human and the AI. Because the way human do, there will be a little imperfection in every code. Humans work, imperfection will be there. That is called the improvement. Imagine you don't know complete React code, na? If you already know complete React, why you are coming here? There is a little gap. When I see that gap, I'm like, okay, this guy doing very good, but a little gap is there. This is what you have to improve. When you do 100% work, na, 100% capability, I feel doubt, obviously. Are you getting my point, sir? All code should be typed by hands, 100%. All should be typed by hands. Okay, 100%. Why? Because you are beginner, sir. Sir, just now I typed everything in Notepad, sir. Right? I am also typing na everyday code for you. Exactly whatever the code I am showing you, that only I am giving to you. Okay. If you watch any tutorials, I don't recommend any tutorial to watch and do. Why? I don't recommend here also. Whenever I'm doing, don't type. That is not a good method, according to me. Why? Because whenever I'm doing, you are typing, your mind will not work on what I teach. Your mind work on what you type only. Suddenly, when you are typing, you will get an error. You forget everything and you focus on the error. By the time your error is gone, my class is also gone. Parallel thinking will never work. That is what happens in video also. I go to one YouTube video. Worst thing I see people do is building based on YouTube videos. That's the worst thing. Why? If you go and watch a YouTube video, in YouTube video they will tell you, write it here movie hub. Okay, write it here movie hub. Write it here prop. Write it here props. Why you are writing props? Chod do. They told me write it props. We will also write it the props. Right? And that is what killing you the mind. Today I taught you, yesterday I taught you props, and you opened the props, and yesterday night you tried. You will not get it sometimes. Why? Because you are like, अरे इधर props क्यों लिखना? What if I write Prasad? क्या होता? Your mind will ask something. If you are watching video, it will never work that way. That is why most of the people, YouTube में सब कुछ मिलता है. Every projects are there YouTube. Why do you think Amirpet have this many students? YouTube have IAS, IPS lessons. Do you think people learn just by YouTube? It's an helping one. YouTube obviously is a great source if you know basics. If you already know basics of React, it will help you a lot. Are you getting my point, ma? I don't suggest people to do hands-on tutorials. That's a waste of time, according to me. Okay. Now, anyway, I don't recommend people to do AI also, sir. Please don't do that. Every single letter type by hand, letter by letter. Good. Chota automations are okay, like arrays. Yesterday I asked the GPT the arrays. Okay, those things were done. Okay, I will show you now. Let's build another one. Go to where I have to go, ma? Then perfect. Now I am in which folder now? React 730. Always you should check it whether you are in the same folder or not. Some people PowerShell will not work for them. Click on the arrow and use the command prompt. Okay. If PowerShell is not working for you, use the command prompt. If PowerShell is working for you, fine. You don't need to do anything. Okay. Now in this, let me start here. What is the command to start your React application, sir? npm create white at the rate latest, which will give you the latest React application bundler. That means automatic template code will be given. If you see you are not actually typing every letter, already some people give you some basic code. Now if I go here, now it's like project name, components, props, and package name same. Which one you are going with? Vanilla, Vue, React. Which one you are going with? JavaScript. And use roll down with experimental, yes or no? I'm going with no. Install with npm start per hour. Till now, 4 classes happened. Today in the GitHub, I will post this one and you will get that 4 links in this file called previous links. You can actually see my all 4 classes, whatever happened. Okay, till yesterday. In case if you missed anyone. Now everything is done. It is automatically opened. Then I will open my file. Go here. Now this one came. Okay. Now without further ado, let's go and quickly change the things. Go here, index.html, components and props. Okay. Demo. Now if I go here, favicon T, go here, copy. You can always use the local images also, but if you wanna use local images, you need to keep that local images in the public folder. Which folder you have to keep it, ma? Public folder. Very good. Now let's go here. Text files will be uploaded into the GitHub, don't worry. Now if I go here, next, I'm going into the SRC. In SRC, I'm going into app because I know my HTML is connected to main. Main is connected to app, app.jsx. My all code is in actually app.jsx. App is a component file. How to create function? Function app return. Sorry, every day this is happening. It is disabled only. Then why it is coming? Can we have images folder directly in the public folder? You can have it, your wish. If you want to images separately, if you have in public images folder, you need to write everything images slash something. Okay, that folder representation. If anyone have these extensions which will give you suggestions, some extensions are there, AI extensions like this Copilot one that will give you suggestions. Whenever you are typing, it will give suggestions. Don't try that. Why? In beginner class, if you try that, it will kill your creativity. If that is only telling what to type next, na, my mind will not think, obviously. So I recommend people to not try that. And here I will do div and I have to write it here. Export default app. Any questions here, sir, till now? Till now, anyone have any questions? Now, just for a change, I'm going to write the same code in a different way. Just for a change, I'm going to write the same code in different way. If anyone have any questions in that code, please tell me. I'm going to write same code. Does anyone have any questions to this? Did you guys understand what I did? This is called arrow function. Instead of writing a normal function, I used arrow functions. Sometimes when you see the code, people uses arrow functions. I don't want you to get confused. The normal function or arrow functions both are basically same. Okay. Only the differences, whatever the differences you are having it in there using this variable or using some kind of other things, the name and all those things were very not much important here. Okay, so I just used arrow functions, sir, so don't get confused. Now I'm gonna create it here some components. Let's build some nice components. Like for example, um, Classic button dot .jsx. Okay, so now how to create this button dot .jsx? Const button return button, and in this button all I will do is click me, and here I'm going to do export default button. I'm going to show you different variants of buttons, different variants of you know uh, this props. Functions, you can write it components functions in arrow functions or normal functions. Now, next, sir, here I'm going to write div. This one is a problematic. Sir, now whole thing is in one div na? Div is one component na? Now if you see div, inside that div will come. What if I don't want anything outside? Like for example, usually if you remember yesterday I did this code. If anyone remembered, I'm not, this one will give me error now, but if I do header, yesterday I did header, footer, so many things na. That header, footer, and the main one is inside div na, right or not? All are inside div. I don't want inside div. Header should be outside. Footer should be outside. They are the main things na. How do you make that? That means I need container which will combine this all things, but that container should be empty. That container should be empty. In React, you can do that empty container. That empty container you can do like this. Can you see? Is it any tag, sir? Is it any tag? No. There is, that is not a tag. Without any tag also you can write that open and closed one. This empty container is used to combine multiple values into a single container. But when you inspect, they are free. Like for example, I created here three divs. I created here three divs. If you see, now anyone tell me, in my final code, how many divs are there? Three divs only, na? Three divs only. But if you go with this way, you will have one div, inside that three divs will come. Okay, see, why you are keeping everything in one? Because according to JSX, you want one thing to get all. Okay, only for combining them you need something. Okay, in that cases you can use this empty one, and this empty one React will call it as fragment. What does it call it, sir? Fragment. React fragments are empty container elements. React fragments are empty container elements. People use it in components. React fragments are empty container elements which are used to combine the elements in an empty way. So that outside you cannot put it like any kind of values or something. Good. Next. Clear, sir? Perfect. Now if I go here, all I will do is button, color, red, text, um, color red, text, sign up, size LG. If you see, I created one button and I'm passing. How many props I'm passing, sir, for this? Three props. And these three props are received to here. Props all received by one object. What is the object name, sir? Props. Now, does anyone know in JavaScript something called object destructuring? Anyone heard of this, sir? Object destructuring means instead of writing the whole object, you can destructure the object here only. Like if I write it here style, color, props dot color. Now if you observe, sir, every time I want color, I need to write props dot color na. If I want text, props dot text na. If I want size, props dot size na. So instead of writing props dot so many times, some people don't want to write props dot. Some people don't want to write this props dot. To avoid this props dot, people will use directly here only braces. Here only they will write color, text, size, whatever the same names. Now, sir, instead of writing props, I divide the props. Instead of writing it as a props, I divide the props here only. What the props contains now? What the props contains now? Color, text, size. Now you don't need to write props because that is what object tells you. Now directly use color. It will only come on. See? If you want to use text, directly use text. How to use dynamic text, sir? Sir, anything dynamic. What you will do, sir? Text. You don't need to write props dot because you already separated props there. This is called destructuring. Sir, we again used the function name and tag name same button as function name. Oh, good. Classic mistake. Correct. Yesterday also I did the same mistake. Correct. Yeah. Clear? You can also do sizes the same way. Or I don't want size, sir. Sir, how many I passed? Three values. But how many I received? कुछ नहीं होता. In function you pass a array, but that function whichever receives, it don't want. So it will not receive. Nothing will happen. Na? So the another value will be just removed. Only this two I will use if I want. Is it clear, ma online? Pass three values but receive two only. Yes, it will work. Perfect. Now, next. Yesterday I showed you this. Yesterday I showed it like kind of so many, what? So many movies in a array form. Some people did not get that array, so I wanted to repeat it one more time, the arrays topic. So const, I'm gonna create it one array. The array is like array is like cartoons. If you see, I have one array called cartoons. In this array, I'm going to have an object, name of the cartoon, Shinchan. Okay. Um, Name of the cartoon or something like year. 2010, comma. Next, name of the cartoon, Doraemon, comma. Year, 2014. Next, comma. Name of the cartoon, Tom and Jerry, comma. Year, 1998. Now, I have three cartoons. Props should be maintained in order or it will be taken by name while importing in function. Prop Props can be taken in any way. There is no order for that. It's like I can put a text here first, I can put color here next. The order of the props were not important. People will keep it in order just for some kind of discipline things, something good practice. Okay. But you can put it in any order, it will work. Okay. Here you are sending three, so you will receive it three max. Now, anyway, cartoons. Now, here, how many cartoons are there? Three cartoons are there. I want to print all three cartoons. To print these cartoons, I will create another component called cartoon.jsx. Now, const cartoon. Now, here, export default cartoon and return div. Inside this, I wanted to print here. I will write it here. For every cartoon, I am passing two things. One is title of the cartoon. Another one is year of the cartoon. So I will receive it two things and I will print them here using h2 dynamic value. Anything dynamic will be in curly brace, na? So I will write it here title and I will write it here paragraph year. But sir, you are receiving here. In cartoon, you are receiving it. But did you pass it anywhere? Did you pass it anywhere, sir? No. Yesterday, whatever I did, that only I'm doing it one more time. Okay, so that the complete practice will be done. Now I go here. Here I will go and I wanted to print all cartoons. To print all cartoons, this one is very important. I want people to concentrate, even online people. Div. If you want to use JavaScript in React, especially in JSX, you need to use curly braces. Inside that JavaScript, if you want HTML, you need to put parentheses. HTML will be in parentheses, JavaScript will be in curly braces. Clear, ma? Now, sir, in array, three things are there. What if array have it like 100 things? It should work, na? How do you go to each and every element of the array, sir? Online. Yesterday, online, some people did not understand what is map. So for them and for every other person, I will show you what is map. Sir, if you don't know anything in JavaScript, tell me. I will explain that also. A quick JavaScript. If I have it like ARR equals to red, green, blue. If I write it here, ARR dot for each. For each. For each will take a callback function. For each will take a callback function. One function in the parameter of another function is called callback. If I write it, every for each will take two values. First one is element, second one is index. First one is element, second one is index. So I will take it element comma index, and I'm gonna write it here console.log element. Now, anyone guess what it will print? Sir, it will go to this array. Every time it will take element and it will take its index. First one index is 0 and it is printing element. What is element here? First time, second time, next time. So it will print red, green, blue. This is what for each. For each is used to print each and every element of the array. Huh? Why it is not printed? Okay, because it is not returned anything, but it should print na? Console.log ELE dot for each. For each will just print in the console. But sir, I wanted to return anything. Is for each is returning anything? No. For each cannot return anything. For each only can print. What if I wanted to return something? If I say, sir, directly say here return, return, sorry, return. uh, Oh, if it is single brace, you don't need to do return also. Automatically return will come. Only single one, automatically return will come. Is it returning anything? No. But same function, see here, I will use map. What is happening? What is difference between for each and map, sir? Map also will go to each and every element of the array. For each also will go to each and every element of the array. Map also will take element and index. For each also will take element and index. But for each cannot return the values and map can return the values. In React, we need to return it so that we can show. We need to return it so that we can show. So to return in React, we use to iterate the array mostly map. What we will use, ma? Map. Online, is it clear, ma? Online, is it clear? Why did we use map? So yesterday also I used map for that purpose only. If I go here, all I have to do is array name cartoons dot map, and the map will contain callback. Callback will have it like this. This one contains two things. First one is element, second one is index. I don't want index, I will take only element. And here, right side, this is the mistake. People will normally put this. Why? Because in functions they will do that only, na? But here you should not, because here you want to write HTML, na? Here, so you will put HTML, you will put the parenthesis. HTML, you will put the parenthesis. Inside this, I will write it here. Cartoon. For this cartoon, I am passing title as e dot name and year as e dot year. Automatically, if you go now, if you see, you can see the sign up button here. Okay, and you can see here the Shinchan 1, 2010, Doraemon and all. Sir, why you are getting the styles and all bad? Why? Because you already have CSS files. App.css is there. Delete karo. Index.css is there. वो भी delete karo. I don't want any other CSS. I put one button, I did this. Now you go here. Any doubts here, ma? Online, anyone have any doubts? So I want people to develop more and more components. Models, sliders, loading bars, headers, footers, sidebars, carts. Okay. You go to the internet and you open any one website. Let's open, tell me any of the famous website you love. Hmm? Like, I think we saw Netflix one more already. Like, let's go to the ChatGPT. You all know the ChatGPT now? Try to create this. Now, you guys tell me, in this, how many components are there? See this. How many components you will take? First one. This is all app.jsx, na? Correct or not? In this app.jsx, left side, aside one, and right side one. This left side, right side are in flux box. Any doubts? Clear? In this right side, again, this upper is there. Doubts, sir? And this middle wala is there. Interestingly, if I type something na, if I started any chart, here something text also will come. This box will go down. Okay. Text will come in middle, context will come. For that context, some things are there. And if you go to the left side, this is upper one, niche one, and this icons one, this GPT's one. Inside these icons, can you see each one is same only? See, one icon is there, one chart name is there. Icon is there, chart name is there. Icon is there, chart name is there. Same thing repeating. This is one component. Same thing here. This is one component. Actually, same component, you can use it here also. Okay. So you don't need this. You don't need this secondary one also. This one also you can use the same thing. Same thing you can use it again. Only charts one is different. This is charts. Like this, all I want is think in React. Today's task. Go to any website. Today I want to get surprised from you. You go to one website. Divide that website into different parts. It's all about your thinking. Sir, who will tell me, sir, how many components are there? No one. Some people will think this whole left side is one component only. Some people will think whole website is one component only. Some people will think chota icon is also one component. It's all about how you think and make one component better and small. But always two rules. Component is small and component should be reusable. One component cannot do multiple works. एक component को एक purpose है. Clear, sir? Any doubts? No. To make it the performance better, today I will show you how to integrate Tailwind CSS. In React, actually, for CSS, we'll use Tailwind CSS. I will show you now Tailwind CSS We will put Tailwind CSS. We will style our website and make it colorful, and we will upload into Netlify one more time, and we'll show you everything. Okay, clear, ma? Now let's start, sir. How to put a Tailwind, sir? You used Witna. So if you go to internet, type Wit Tailwind CSS, you will get the Tailwind instructions with the Wit. You can actually see official website of Wit have how to install the Tailwind. Official website they will show you. Wit installing the official Tailwind CSS. What is Tailwind CSS, sir? Tailwind CSS is like a library of CSS. Does anyone knows here Bootstrap? Have an idea? No? Then I will show you. Okay, Tailwind is similar to Bootstrap where you will just give class name, automatically styles will come. Okay, now I will do it, sir. Step by step instructions. Go here. Tailwind instructions. Now, Tailwind CSS is a popular CSS library which is used to style or design the HTML elements. Okay, now official website is tailwindcss.com. Now, if you want this Tailwind one, all you have to do is steps to start it, steps to integrate it with with step one. Okay, you can also Google Tailwind with Tailwind CSS with Wit. Actually, if you want it like in online documentation, you can even Google, sir. But I will also show you the step by steps. I will show you, and you will only understand the difference between the Tailwind and everything. First, install these things. You need to install. You can see here. You can copy this. The first step, npm install Tailwind CSS @Tailwind CSS/wit. So you are installing two packages. First one name is Tailwind CSS. Second one is @Tailwind CSS/wit. So how do you install, sir? Sir, if you want to stop this server, you can stop it here and run. But I will take another one. Instead of stopping server, I will click new terminal. Here, command prompt. Click here, new command prompt. Which folder I want to install, sir? This one, na? So name is components props. So components props. Spelling mistake. Now I have components props. In this components props, I will do it like npm install Tailwind CSS @Tailwind CSS/wit. Automatically, it will install the Tailwind CSS. Online, is it clear, ma? The first step is done. Second step, import Tailwind CSS plugin in wit.config. If you remember, I told you there is a file called wit.config which is settings for wit. If you go to this files, if you go to my files in components, can you see there is a file called wit.config.js? This wit.config.js file is a settings for wit. All you have to do is click here. Can you see what plugins are already there? Already one plugin is there in wit. What is that? React. What I want? Tailwind. So import Tailwind CSS from @Tailwind CSS/wit, and all I'm gonna do is write it here, Tailwind CSS. You can actually see in this website they will give you code. In this website they will give you code. This code also I will provide my code only. This code also I will provide you in the notes. So all I will do is import one Tailwind CSS and this. Almost हो गया. Last step. Done ma? Clear. Next step. Go to go to main CSS file. Main CSS file and write @import Tailwind CSS. Go to main CSS file and write @import Tailwind CSS. Always same steps. Now if I go here, I will go to SRC. Can anyone tell me what is the main CSS file here? Sir, which one is main? Index or app? Which one comes first? Index comes first. Why? Index is connected to main. App CSS is for only app. Index CSS comes first. So you have to go to index CSS and write it, sir. Okay. So write it here, @import Tailwind CSS. हो गया. Now you go here. Can you see everything is gone? Basic style is also not there. First Tailwind, what it will do, it will clear the slate. Everything is clear now. Now you can build the application however you like. What is the advantage with React? What is React and what is the advantage with the Tailwind? Now people have these three things. First one, CSS. If you use CSS, sir, if you use CSS, where is this? Huh. In CSS, people have to write so much code. For example, you will write it the class name, you will write it color red, or something big things you have to write. CSS is lengthy. Bootstrap will do, but Bootstrap is minimal. I don't know whether anyone knows it Bootstrap or not. Bootstrap will also do it like same like Tailwind. If you give a class name, for example, in Bootstrap, if I give class name BG primary, anyone knows? Does anyone know here if I give BG primary, what will happen? Background will become primary color. In Bootstrap, primary color is blue. So automatically background blue ho jata. You don't need to write the background blue and everything. Automatically ho jata. Okay, but Bootstrap is limited. Only certain colors it will give. That only you should use. Extra things if you want, you don't give. Tailwind is unlimited. Anything you can use it in Tailwind. Now I'm gonna show you Tailwind. Go here. Last, sir. Now tailwind is there with you. Only one thing, I want you to have an extension. Go to last step. Go to extensions in VS Code. Have install tailwind CSS IntelliSense. IntelliSense. If you go to extensions, I will type it here. Tailwind CSS IntelliSense. If you see, there is one site. Can you see that? Can you see what is the extension name? Tailwind CSS provided by tailwindcss.com. Install this. I'm uninstalling it just to show you. Now install it. Why? Because it will give you suggestions if you have this. Okay. Now, sir, can you show me one code for Tailwind? Let's start. Let's build it up. हो गया, हो गया. Now cartoons. Now all I will do is give a class name. Just give class names. Automatically हो जाता. Now P. Anyone guess what is P5? Any guess what is P5? Padding रे people ये तो. M बराबर. Now let's have it. Um, if I give rounded means border radius. Okay. So it will have it like rounded 2XL something. How much border radius you want? 16 pixel or something, whatever you want. Rounded I can have. Or I can have it like something uh, flux. Flux means automatically there will be display flux. Flux column. What does it mean by flux column? Flux, oh, sorry, flux call, I think. Flux call. What is mean by flux call? Flux direction column. Are you getting my point, ma? Gap 2. You can see actually. Can you see they are in column? They are not having any border or something kind of one. Because border is not there, rounded is not coming. I will give border. What is the border color, sir? Border, amber, something. And I want them to come side by side by side. To make them side by side, where are these all are printing? Go to that place, app.jsx. Here all are printing in this div. So for this div, I will give class name. I will give it here grid. How many columns you want? Grid. Columns 3. Margin, auto, max, LG, max width, LG or not LG. Like something like max width 5XL. Can you see? Gap 5 or whatever. Ember is not looking good. This black. Why black is not working? Border black. Any doubts, sir? Online, anyone have any doubts, sir? Did I write any CSS? No, you don't need to write CSS. Everything you can manage, including animations. The beautiful thing of this is animation supported. Basic animations, not all, but some animations you can do actually. Animate bounce. So you can, sir, what about responsiveness. Is it responsiveness? No, it is not responsive. I want it to become responsive. To make it responsive, I will go here. I will say grid columns. How many columns will come here? Three columns. But I will say grid calls for LG. For large devices, grid columns will be three. Okay. Normally, grid columns will be one. For medium devices, grid columns will be two. Sir, when I go to small device, only one column will come. Then next column, next column. When I go to the medium devices, two columns will come. When I go to the large devices, three columns will come. If I go here, right click, inspect. See, in shorter devices, it's already one column. When I go to the medium device, automatically two. When I go to the large device, automatically three. Did I write any media queries? No. Building something in Tailwind is super easy. Okay, so that's why people prefer everything in Tailwind CSS. I even recommend people to use Tailwind CSS because that's the industry standard. Okay, you can put the images, you can put the things, whatever you do it in CSS, everything is possible. If you want it icons or something kind of one, you will use it something like font awesome and all. We will put the icons also, but if you want icons, you can use font awesome or React icons. So many libraries are there. Any question in this, Any question in this till now? Online, anyone have any questions, sir? No. So last, sir, everyone, I wanted to put into Netlify. The website is not looking good, but I want to put it in Netlify. How to put this in Netlify? To put this Netlify, first build this application. Anyone tell me how do you build this application, sir? You should be in the same folder. I am in the same folder. What is the command? npm run build. If you do this build, which folder will come, sir, for you? See, there is a folder called dist. Now, if you go here, go to the website called Netlify. What is the website name? Netlify. In this Netlify, just log in with your GitHub. Once you log in here, can you see add new project? Add new project. If I click this add new project, which one I have to click my deploy? In one day, I will show you GitHub also. Don't worry. At that time, I will show with the GitHub. Deploy manually and then upload the dist. Go here. I will go to my file, React 730, components props, dist, upload. Barabar. And automatically I will get the link. If you go here, project configuration, I can even change the site name, which most of the people are doing it. Every single project you are doing it, whether you are showing it to me or not, I want people to keep a track. Till now, 4 days are over. So 4 tasks. And today's fifth task. Today's task is to take any website you like, divide the website into components and create it. It need not to work. For example, you are creating ChatGPT page. I'm not asking you to make it ChatGPT work. I'm saying it, oh, page exactly how it is looking there. Here also should look working. छोड़ दो. Clear ma? Online clear sir task. Sir, how to upload the dist file when React frontend and Django backend? That is also same only. In future, I will tell you how to put your backend also connected. Slowly, I will put your backend. If anyone wants to learn Git, sir, in Naresh Shetty YouTube channel only, I did one GitHub series. Okay, Git and GitHub. You can watch it. But anyway, in one class, I will show you. I will, in my own way, I will tell you what is Git. Okay, don't worry. Clear ma online? Okay, I hope everyone clear. Thank you all. We'll make tomorrow. Bye bye. GitHub link, you all have it now? If anyone don't have it, like just a minute, I will give you the GitHub link one more time. Uh, because if anyone not having it, like it will be better. Please note it down, sir. In this link only complete data will be there. Git dot git commit dash m update git push dash u origin main. Now if you go, you can actually see the files. The text files are also not uploaded, also uploaded, sir. Don't worry. It will be uploaded. Now it is there, sir. You can see it. Okay, I just changed it. If anyone wants online people, I sent it. Offline, please note it down. Done, ma? If you go here, see. If you go to prevlinks.txt, in that text file will be there. Prevlinks means previous links. Whatever the notes is React Basics 1, Tailwind instructions notes is this. Okay, that's it for today, ma. Thank you. Online or any questions you can tell me. Offline can leave. Any questions you can tell me. You can mention it, sir. Your questions. Sir, I want you to attend your UI class. And is there any class started? I don't think so. But if my classes starts, I will tell you. Don't worry. फ्रंट में प्रैक्टिस करके करो कुछ ना आ जाता जब आ जाता हाँ using the text to the PL it will work but this is not the main project something bigger one can be like something new interesting नया idea एक बार think करो और we will do a one brainstorm session I will tell you okay yeah don't follow any videos just go there and try it okay for example you want margins put m when you type it will come it's a bootstrap the only difference is bootstrap is limited and tailwind is unlimited yeah, yeah. Jagruti WebSockets are used for communications for example chat whenever I'm typing chat you are getting na whenever for example in WhatsApp someone is typing you will see that someone is typing there how does that WhatsApp know that someone is typing or not that is because of the WebSockets provides that బిల్డ్ అప్లికేషన్ లో రాదమ్మా ఎందుకంటే నువ్వు ఒకసారి చేసి బిల్డ్ కొట్టేసావు బిల్డ్ కొట్టిన దాన్ని అప్లోడ్ చేస్తావు కదా ఇప్పుడు నువ్వు మళ్ళీ ఇక్కడ కోడ్ చేంజ్ చేసావు అనుకో అక్కడ వెళ్ళదు అలా వెళ్ళాలి అంటే ఏం చేయాలంటే ఇక్కడ అలా డైరెక్ట్ గా ఎన్పిఎం రన్ బిల్డ్ కొట్టకుండా నీ కోడ్ ఏదైతే ఉందో అది గిట్ హబ్ లో పెట్టాలి గిట్ హబ్ లో పెట్టి గిట్ హబ్ ని నెట్లిఫై కనెక్ట్ చేయాలి నేను మీకు రేపు చెప్తాను గిట్ హబ్ ఓకే రేపు కానీ మండే కానీ గిట్ హబ్ చెప్తాను గిట్ హబ్ తో పాటు నెట్లిఫై గిట్ హబ్ ఎలా పెట్టాలో చెప్తాను అలా పెట్టామనుకో మనం నేను ఎప్పుడైతే అప్డేట్ చేస్తానో అప్డేట్ చేసి గిట్ హబ్ లో పుష్ చేస్తాను ఎప్పుడైతే గిట్ హబ్ లో పుష్ చేస్తానో గిట్ హబ్ ఏం చేస్తానంటే నెట్లిఫై